did it. Finally.
I know. Jesus.
Cody, you're not allowed to say finally.
I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want. This
Cody,
is
you're
America,
not allowed.
damn it.
No, yeah, you know what? You're right. This is
Whoa.
America. I'm gonna pass the first ever Comics and Chronic executive order, and it's this. Cody is not allowed to say that he'll be anywhere in 5 minutes.
That's true.
Right, Jake? Oh, okay. See, if Jake agrees,
No.
The people have voted.
you've never been anywhere in 5 minutes.
I was ready.
No.
Yes.
That's not true because me and Anthony were on and you weren't on.
That's how I knew I had to restart my computer.
Oh, really?
We had
Cody, why do you try to lie? That's the worst part.
No, when I said I was hopping on, I was hopping on.
But we were already on for 5 minutes before he started getting tech issues.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
We're just talking about you lying and gaslighting always.
I've never lied or gaslit anyone in my life.
That right there is the biggest lie and gaslight you've ever done.
And this is definitely not the first time we've talked about you gaslighting us and you saying you've never lied to us.
Yeah. Dude, I have never. Honest Abe is what people call me sometimes.
No one's ever called
you that.
Yeah, like
the words honest and Cody have never been put in the same sentence.
So you think I just bullshit?
Yeah.
What? I'm forthright with my boys.
When it comes to matters of time, no.
Oh, okay. I'll accept that. I accept
Okay,
that.
that's all we're talking about. Yeah. We're not attacking your entire character yet.
Yet.
But seeing as time does consist of a lot of your character.
What do you mean? I think time is...
Everything with you is time oriented.
I think nothing. I think time consists is no part of my character, and that's why the rules of time don't apply to me.
Time bender.
Time bender.
Well, boys, we're here for the third ever BatMarch.
We're gonna do an episode about it, so I won't go into it. But I do just want to say, motherfucking Cap was awesome, and it was worth watching in theaters. I'm glad I did it.
I might go tomorrow. That might be a good idea.
Ooh. It's just crazy to hear Cody praising an MCU project.
I know, Cody. This is a complete 180 for you.
I can't wait to get into it, man.
All right.
Can't wait.
I'm surprised that you liked it so much.
Yeah, seriously.
I loved it.
It's been getting pretty mediocre reviews. Not great, but not bad.
Yeah, that's what literally every review seems to say the same thing. Yeah. Not great, but not bad.
Which I guess kind of means that it's probably good because, I don't know.
Here's the okay. We'll just get in. We got to save it for the ep. You got to watch it, Jake, because I have a lot I got to say.
Okay. We're going to try to get that done this week.
I already know the post-credit scene. Me and Anthony have both seen it already.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
That didn't generate any hype in me.
Yeah.
It took some away,
I
to be
agree.
honest.
It kind of took some hype away also.
If I'm being honest, the post-credit scene was probably one of the worst things in the parts of the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. All right. So, yeah, we're not here for that. We're here for Batman.
Yeah.
BatMarch Season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
We're doing some different ones this time around. I actually like that we're doing some older ones.
Yeah, for sure.
This is one of the oldest comics I think I've read.
1988.
Oh, for some reason, I thought it was
so old.
No, I've read older.
I don't tend to go to the golden age or the silver age a lot for my reading. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, for sure on the podcast, this is one of the oldest comics we've talked about regardless.
That's true. And it's such a pivotal, I've never read it before until now.
It was
It
ridiculous.
is pivotal as fuck.
It's
ridiculous
pretty,
too.
It is ridiculous. There's some moments where it's really edgelordy.
100%. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
In that case, we might as well introduce it. Welcome to Comics and Chronic, everyone. As always, I'm Jacob H. With me is Cody Cannon, Anthony Iannaccio. This is BatMarch Season 3. Classic.
Classic Cody. This could be the one. Damn.
I know, yeah.
Sit back.
Is this going to take Cody out? He's looking pretty rough. You're
take a
literally
lot more
as
than
pink
that.
as your headphones.
Yeah, I was just.
Your face and your headphones are the exact same color right now.
It's because I've gained chameleon-like abilities.
Oh.
If that's what you call having a coughing fit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like you
chameleons
got
are known for the
bronchitis.
cough.
Yeah.
No, I just had my bronchitis is actually pretty fine. I just had a really bad flu earlier in the week.
Yeah. I remember you told us. Well, I'll tell you who wish he had the flu.
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
We are covering A Death in the Family. I forget who was the writer and author.
Jim Starlin.
Yeah, so it was written by Jim Starlin. It was drawn by Jim Aparo. Mike DiCarlo is the inker. Edited by Denny O'Neil, who's like a DC legend, comic legend, Batman legend. And all the covers are Mike Mignola. So like across the board, just comic book legends are involved with this comic.
Yes.
And they churned out a hotbed of mediocrity, let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it like it was like whatever. It just wasn't like you think about Death in the Family and you think it's going to be like, whoa. And it's actually like, I don't know. First off, like Jason Todd seems like a little bitch in this comic.
Yeah, Jason Todd, no wonder people voted to have him killed.
Seriously,
I want that. Dude, here's my stance. In this moment, Joker was right by killing that kid.
Yeah. Also, the whole thing with his mom, like she turned out to be a real bitch in the end.
Yeah, dude.
She's like smoking a cigarette while he's getting beat with a crowbar.
Literally sells out her own biological son to the Joker.
Yeah, just to avoid getting caught up in a little bit of scam. Like, you know what I mean?
Or people finding out about her past, like a botched surgery.
Yeah, I was glad that she died, to be honest.
Yeah,
she was a piece of shit. Jason Todd deserved better.
She was a real piece of shit.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, this is the only Batman comic I've ever read that has Jason Todd as a Robin. And I only read it after watching the Death in the Family, or not Death in the Family, the Red Hood movie, the animated movie, which we did last BatMarch.
Which starts out with this.
Which starts exactly, with the crowbar scene, Jason Todd dying. So, yeah.
But that version is different. That version,
a little different.
He's like in a snowy place, not in the Middle East.
Yeah,
right. Not in Ethiopia.
Did you want to know the first comic I ever read that even had Jason Todd in it?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
It's a comic we covered, actually.
Hush.
Yeah, Hush.
Oh,
Hush is seriously. Hush is the first Batman comic I ever read that even mentioned Jason Todd or like.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I was like, oh,
yeah, because that was like them dipping their toes in the water of like we're bringing Jason Todd back,
like bringing him back.
Yeah, they're like we're gonna soft launch, bringing Jason Todd back into.
I mean, he does like his like death does play a pretty big role in Hush in general,
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, in Batman's history,
it's really one of Batman's greatest failures. You know what I mean? Like, and
his greatest failure was picking him to be Robin in the first place.
That's true. That's true.
So the cool thing about Jason Todd, I think they kind of mentioned it in this, is that he was stealing or trying to steal the tires off the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about this in the Penguin episode, but in the Penguin, we talked about it being Batman and Robin, but not specifically that it's kind of taking from Jason Todd's origin as Robin, which is pretty cool.
He was trying to like strip his car when Penguin caught him,
And he ends up dying in the end, which is
true.
Oh, crazy. I didn't think about that.
True, yeah.
Some parallels there. So that's pretty cool. But you know what? I agree that it's not my favorite Batman story by any means, but it's so important to his history. And like the story itself, I don't really like, but the idea behind it, like there are stakes to being a sidekick. There are stakes, like a character actually dies. Okay, he comes back in modern day, but at the time, you know, a hero actually dying is a big deal.
For sure.
A lot of these things are cool, but then on paper, it doesn't gel too well together. I don't know.
It just wasn't executed amazingly. I bet like there could be a really bomb story, but like the story when I was reading it, I was like, it kind of felt like when we read Death of Superman, I was like, these big monumental like DC moments kind of don't really hit that hard when you read them. Maybe when they came out they did. Maybe people were like, whoa.
In this case, especially, it aged like milk. You know, it didn't.
Dude, the whole part, like the whole part where Joker's like, I know what I'm gonna do with this missile. I'm gonna sell it to Arabs. That's insane.
Arabs.
All of it was insane. Like the whole like him dealing with the Ayatollah. They had like a literal picture of the Ayatollah of Iran.
Yeah,
very realistically drawn.
Yeah, very realistically drawn. Whereas like you have Joker in his classic like long Joker phase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the Ayatollah is literally like, yo, Joker, we want you to be our ambassador.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like what? This is nuts.
That's crazy.
And not like in a good way. Just like
it might be the craziest part of the comic, honestly. Just that that reveal.
I agree. This is one of those comics where it's like like for the whole medium, you do have to suspend your belief. But for this one, it's almost like, all right, this is a little like too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made the
like-
Joker that's insane.
Yeah.
That's an insane choice. You could do literally anything, and that's what you decided to do.
Yeah. Also, it's insane that the Joker's murdering of a child is what gets him the gig.
Yeah, of all things. Yeah.
That's the Ayatollah was impressed. Word got back to the Iranian regime, and they were like, "Yeah, this is
That's the
dude
guy
we
for
need."
us. Yeah.
The joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, Cody, you're the Ayatollah. That's your character in the comic because you would be
Why?
impressed by the death. You always you constantly talk about loving when kids die. So like, if that's what impresses
true.
you, man.
Okay, I'm the Ayatollah.
Oh, now you're backing off on your principles,
No.
Cody. I see.
No,
how it
I
is.
said, okay, I'm the Ayatollah. I accept it.
Cody accepts the honorific Ayatollah.
It would be better if it was the Ayatollah of rock and
Rock
roll.
and
Also, the most ridiculous,
Nah, fuck Chris
the
Jericho.
way
Wait,
Superman
why? Time
sa-
out. What? Why fuck Chris Jericho?
Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's one of
Wait.
those. The more you find out about him, you're just like, you're annoying, dude.
Wait, why? What do you mean?
He always like, okay, in person, he's just mean to people. Like he
is.
tries to get
seems
into
pretty
fights and
funny.
then he gets
I've
beat
heard him
up.
on like podcasts. He's pretty funny.
I mean, of course he's got to be funny on podcasts, but no, he doesn't have a good, especially as of late, doesn't have a good reputation. His wife was definitely, okay, he's Canadian. His wife is definitely Canadian. And she was on January 6th at the Capitol for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. I
Yeah.
didn't
That's
know
not
that.
Chris Jericho himself, but still, like, that's too close.
So Chris Jericho's one of those. He's like a Trumper right wing dude.
I don't know for sure, but I also know like he probably
I mean-
I think he sexually abused someone or is
Chris
a kind
Jericho?
of rumor backstage. Yeah, like
Y2J.
yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, a lot of wrestlers, man, they don't have a clean history at all. He's one of them.
I don't know. I need proof.
he ain't no Eddie Guerrero, that's for sure.
Yeah, like
I mean, no, Eddie Guerrero was a good guy. There's nothing
Was
like
he?
that.
No
yeah, for
way.
sure. He just did drugs. That doesn't make you a bad guy.
what
Oh.
kinds of drugs? A lot of people do really bad things when on certain drugs.
No, I mean, for him, it messed up his heart. He took a lot of steroids, I think, too. No, but Eddie is actually one of the good guys in wrestling for sure. He has a lot of people respect him,
I've just never heard this Chris Jericho thing. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, some wrestlers, like you heard recently, Hulk Hogan got booed, right out of the arena.
I
Like,
saw that.
that's like 100%.
He's also like notoriously pretty racist / right wing.
yeah, for him, like that turned a lot of people off. So Chris Jericho, it's other things, but that might be a part of it too. But Hulk Hogan especially.
Ooh, dude. So I did a show this weekend. I'm sorry, this is just like popped in my mind, and I wanted to tell you about it. I did a show this weekend, and Lawton went with me, and this was like one of the first times in a minute that me and Lawton just had like a bunch of time together. Dude, it was so crazy. I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my homeboys got a DUI.
Nice.
And then nice, he
I can say
says.
his
But on the way back, Lawton put on Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker's podcast. And there's a 4-part episode arc in there where they have Louis C.K. on, and they go through
Jeez.
and they go through every president of the United States, and it's incredible.
I'll
Damn.
have to check it out.
It's awesome. It's like super informative, but still funny, and oh man, it rules.
Yeah, I've listened to it. I like that. I like that podcast.
Me too. But I'm just saying, like, that I would have never, if you would have been like, Cody Cannon, they're doing a 4-episode arc, the guest, Louis C.K., the topic, every single president of the United States.
Is it the one where Shane Gillis, Louis C.K. gives him shit for having a Patreon?
Exactly.
I saw that clip is hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like, why do you need the fucking money? He's like, you really need? He's like, I'll pay you right now for. He's like,
To keep it off of Patreon. Dude, and Shane
Yeah.
did it.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, so it's originally supposed to be a Patreon.
Yeah,
only thing?
but like in the
Oh,
during
gotcha.
the because it's on YouTube and Louis C.K. is giving him shit. He's like, "Why the fuck are you putting this behind Patreon?" He's like, "Well, it's like for revenue." He's like, "You really need the revenue?" He's and he had a point. And Shane Gillis was like, I guess he was like, "All right, I'll keep it off Patreon."
Yeah.
I fuck with Shane Gillis. I like Shane Gillis.
I did too. I fucks with the guy.
You know, I don't fucks with Jason Todd.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
nobody
least
should.
favorite Robin.
I also
Yeah,
don't. I just
seriously.
don't give a fuck about the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Especially as an anti-hero. I think I would like him more if he was a villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as an anti-hero, I don't give a fuck. Oh, he's bad boy Nightwing? How about you kill yourself, dude?
Damn.
How about you stay dead for once, Jason Todd?
Oh, see, only
not.
someone who can't be killed can talk like this.
Yeah.
Oh, so is Cody the Jason Todd of our podcast? Is that what you're saying?
Oh shit! No, because then I would really hate him.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be like, all right, I guess Cody has absolutely no redeeming qualities.
Oh, you're saying I have redeeming qualities?
See? Yeah, I'm saying you do. For
Oh.
now, they get less and less every time you're late, but
Oh, all right. Wait, I want to do the synopsis for this because it's kind of crazy just to
do
like
it.
explain what's happening. All right. So this is how the comic starts off. Batman and Robin are busting a kiddie porn ring. That's 100%
that's
happening.
true.
They say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Todd is like being reckless and aggressive because recently his parents died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was killed like by Two-Face or something.
Two-Face.
Yeah.
And he's just pissed off, and Batman's like, "Well, calm down, dude. Just because your parents die, you don't have to act like a dick." Like Batman saying this to a kid is just insane.
Yeah.
Like Batman, like speak for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and then meanwhile, the Joker escapes from Arkham by mixing household chemicals and just walks out. He creates his laughing gas, and then he just has a fucking nuke. Like he's just like, "Hey guys, I have a nuke." And
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna do
like, I
something
have
with
no
this."
money, but at least I have this nuclear bomb.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, he bought it a while ago.
He just bought it somewhere. So
Yeah.
because Jason Todd's parents are dead, he's like, he's going through some shit and he discovers that his mom is not his birth mother.
Yeah, his
That's
mom
random
is his
as shit.
stepmom.
Right. And it could be 3 other women, one who's an Israeli secret agent, one who's a Lebanese mercenary, who turns out to be Lady Shiva, of all people, who's like a big villain in the Batman universe. And then one's a doctor in Africa. So like the whole comic is him trying to find his mom. Like it's just
pretty
such a
crazy.
weird thing on paper to
Like
point out
also like just happens to be in the area where Joker's trying to unload this nuke, all 3
Right.
of them. You know what I mean?
That's how they get crossed up.
yeah, and so Batman just happens to run into the kid.
Right. Because Batman, like at this point, is like, you can't be Robin anymore. Like go do something else. Like you're being too
suspends
reckless.
him from being Robin. He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. The whole thing is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's only 4 issues.
It's only 4 issues, yeah. Like longer issues because each one is divided into like 2 chapters.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it's badly written. It's just a weird story. Like Jim Starlin has some amazing comics. He invented Thanos. Like he's the creator of
Oh,
Thanos.
really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
he has
that.
a bunch of great like cosmic Marvel stuff. Like he did a ton of shit at Marvel, but this isn't one of my favorites of his. Like I'll say that right now. Like it's just
No.
not. Like it's so historic, and I've actually read it a lot of times, maybe more than a lot of other Batman comics, but only for like its importance.
This is my first time ever reading it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you bought it recently. Okay,
I did like the art a lot.
great art.
This is my favorite costume for Batman.
Yes,
Is
the blue.
this
Yeah.
specific blue and gray with the yellow and black bat on them. It's my favorite Bat costume.
Yep, I'm on
Always
that
has
team.
been, always will be.
This Bruce is just not very Brucey.
The Bruce was a little weird. I
Yeah.
agree, dude. He was like saying and just acting in ways where I was just like, ugh. I was like, you're kind of like a dick.
Yes,
but
there was
not
one
in,
line.
like, I don't know.
No, there was one line where he's fighting. He's beating up terrorists and stuff, and he's like, "That's the trouble with this line of work. You can't always get the job done and remain a hero in your own eyes." Like he's doing fucked up shit, and he's like, "I
Yeah.
don't care. Like I just got to do it."
Dude, he's just very. I feel like this Batman almost influenced the absolutely bonkers all-star Batman and Robin, which
Yeah, shades of Frank Miller for sure.
yeah.
Wait, no, he says the line I just said after he drugs Lady Shiva. He's like, "Well, I just got to drug her, guys. It's just
Yeah.
what heroes do."
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah, seriously, like it's just
He's
insane
just like-
choices throughout the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is making some interesting choices throughout the
Dude, and
story.
also the weird Superman Gandalf-esque, like, I'm gonna save everybody just by like you know what I
Inhaling
mean?
all the
Just-
gas.
I
Yeah.
like that, to be honest.
That was funny.
I thought that was cool. Or also, I don't know. That's a good use of his power.
And like his disguise was just he had a fake mustache.
He had a
on.
mustache. He's like, aha!
Hey, usually it's glasses, so he leveled up in that sense. But honestly, in this comic, Superman says something that, and just in general, I don't like Superman in this comic. But when he's talking to Batman, he says, "You can't put your thirst for vengeance above your country's best interest." Gross. Shut up.
Yeah, that's
Like, I hate
not
Superman
my
saying that.
Superman.
Yeah, no way.
He's pretty bootlickery in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's licking the boot for
Like
sure.
if he didn't inhale that gas,
But then I guess like ultimately he's not. He lets Batman do his thing and then he flies away, you know?
But Batman has to punch him in the face to get him to like see reason. Like Batman almost breaks his fist.
I like that, when he's like,
Yeah.
Superman even says, he's like, you're lucky I rolled with your punch, otherwise you'd have like a bunch of broken knuckles.
Yeah.
Like that those moments were cool, and then there's a really cool panel of Batman and Superman like standing in like the interrogation room and like there's smoke near them. Like I already edited that to look like they're smoking, but like
Nice.
without that it looks like a badass, you know.
I also felt like there were panels or like times where it was Bruce's narration and he's literally wishy-washy. He's like, that's it. This is the last time the Joker gets away with it. It's all coming to an end. And then he's like, but I can't cross that line. Like he literally says that like for like 3 issues straight. And it's like, all right, like dude, like.
So you think he might be killing Joker after Joker kills Jason Todd. Also, this is taking place right after the Killing Joke. So the Joker has been doing really fucked up shit lately.
Yeah, the Joker's on like a rampage of banananess.
Yeah.
A rampage of banana.
Dude, it's been crazy. I mean, he literally just fucking paralyzes Barba.
Barba Gordon.
Paralyzes Barba. And then kills Robin.
Yeah, with a crowbar.
Also swaps out medical supplies going to a refugee camp in Africa with his laughing gas.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Which is also insane.
Insane.
Yeah, and
the Joker's
sells a dirty nuke to Iran.
Yep. It doesn't even work because it does go off in the desert, but the warhead doesn't go off.
Yeah. Also, like his like ambassador costume, it's so like,
racist.
Yeah.
This comic does have some outright racist. Yeah. It's
That's why I said
definitely
it doesn't age well.
You could tell the CIA had their greedy little mitts in this bad boy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Tom King was definitely somehow involved in this.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm calling you out, Tom King.
No, but it's like there's some like just ridiculous racism in this. I mean, like, like he literally doesn't like say he's gonna sell a bomb to a terrorist group. He literally says, "I'm gonna sell a bomb to Arabs."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's definitely did not age well.
No. And it really wasn't that long ago. It's like 1988. You know?
Yeah. Like he didn't have to sell it. He could have literally sold it to like another DC villain, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, but instead, like these writers were like, you know who a true enemy is? Iran.
Yeah. They must have felt some type of way at the time.
Yeah,
Like,
you could tell they felt some kind of way.
At first, there was like Lebanese, terrorist groups, and fight again because a big part of it takes place in Beirut. It's like crazy.
Like I like a more down to earth Batman story. That's a weird way of describing this, but more grounded in reality. Maybe that's a better. Like too much is what I'm saying. It's too grounded in reality. It needs to come back up.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like all these choices that I don't like.
Yeah. This comic is
where I'm just a little like, oh, that's a little off. It's not even like crazy out, like, whoa, but it's just like,
It just doesn't feel like a Batman comic, honestly.
And also like Jason Todd finding his mom, what I really did, like what I felt was so unrealistic was him like, Mom, I love you. I missed you. It's like, dude, you just met this woman. You don't even know who she is.
Right.
And how old is he supposed to be, Jason Todd?
It's like he fluctuates between like 11 and 16.
I thought it was like I thought it was like between like 13 and like 22. Well, sometimes the way he's drawn, I was like, is he supposed to be like 20?
He looks like a man.
He looks like a man. Yeah.
I'll say like he's probably 16. That makes sense to me.
All I'm saying is I know he
He's a
played
kid still.
I know he played Dick Grayson in the movie, but this is like Chris O'Donnell level Robin. You know what I mean?
That's how you see him. He's that old.
And you said it with such vitriol. You're like, you're like, he's that punk bitch Danny. This is Chris O'Donnell Robin. What'd you say? Also, Chris O'Donnell has been the only Robin in live action.
Unless you count what's his name from Rises.
No, I actually don't.
No.
count him.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt doesn't count.
Like straight up, I don't. Like, no, I was like, literally, I was like, who is he talking about? And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Like if he was in a movie in costume as Nightwing, it would work. Like back in the day, especially. Now I guess he's too old, but I mean, it might still work. But I think he would make a good Dick Grayson, honestly.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, like if I mean,
That
now
ship
it's like,
sailed.
yeah,
and
it's
that movie
way
left such a poor taste. It's like, you should use your real name, Robin.
Yeah, and it's like isn't that the last line of the movie?
It's almost the last. I think you're
Yeah.
right. Actually, yeah. I just want to be like, get fucked.
Yeah, dude. Christopher Nolan, it can never, like, people laud him as, like, one of the greatest directors of all time. And you can't forget he put that in a movie.
No. he also, and she recently opened up about this because we have mentioned it before. But the terrible way that Talia al Ghul dies, where she's like,
oh yeah, what the fuck?
So
So
Marion Cotillard just opened up like, seriously, I just read something where she was like, I don't know why that take was the one that was put in the movie.
Yeah.
so
It's
dumb.
such a poor choice.
It's literally like verbatim. It's like,
She's not the kind of character that goes out like that or
Yeah.
goes out at all.
It was also
period.
just bad acting. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
dead. Like, all right.
Yeah, that was my least favorite of the Nolan trilogy by far.
Oh, yeah.
By a long mile.
We got to finish it out though. We got to cover the movie.
I know we do have to do that
yeah.
episode. We don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if we'll maybe. maybe we'll sneak it in BatMarch.
Or maybe
I
next
can imagine.
BatMarch.
I have started watching it. If truth be told,
Yeah.
I started. 2
Oh,
nights
see?
ago.
Yeah, I don't want to wait a whole year. Let's give him something a little
Yeah,
extra.
if we
Why,
can
who
bang
cares?
it out. It's literally there
Yeah.
on HBO. We can just watch it.
Yeah.
Whatever, dudes.
Oh, Cody doesn't want
I'm
to.
just
Cody!
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Why are
kidding.
you so biased?
I'm not biased.
He's not biased. I told you, Chef Cody doesn't want to watch us cook. He doesn't.
He doesn't want to
Cody.
watch us cook.
No. But he doesn't sound like a chef. He sounds like an anti-chef.
Ooh, like the
Sounds like- he sounds like-
anti-monitor?
Oh
But-
yeah, but like anti.
Yeah, like
can
a
say
giant dude with like those big white chef hats.
Yeah,
He's just
exactly.
like,
Yes.
he's like, you shall not cook.
But still with the monitor's face.
Yeah. The anti-chef. He's just like, you shall not cook, and zaps.
That's what you're doing to our great ideas. Man. Oh yeah. So the biggest part of this comic, obviously, is that everyone got to vote if Jason Todd lives or dies after the explosion in the warehouse.
Wait, hold on. How did they do that? Were they like,
So they set
this
up
is
1980.
1980 something? So they're like, when
Yeah.
they put out ads. They were saying, you guys
Yeah,
mail us
and
and vote.
Well, no, you don't mail it in. It was in the comic. There's a page and it says like what I'm saying. Does Jason Todd live or die? If you think he lives, call this 1-900 number. If you think he dies, call this 1-900 number. So believe it or not, so it was actually a pretty close vote. It wasn't like a
blowout.
landslide victory. Yeah. So there were 10,614 votes. The kill vote only won by 72.
Oh,
Crazy.
Yep. So he was pretty close to staying alive, but they had to stick with it.
Thank
Everyone
God.
voted to kill him.
that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that. That's kind of a cool way to do that.
Yeah, I like the decision, honestly. It was bold. It was like a new thing to try. I don't think they've ever done something
I like
this.
letting fans vote. Like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
you're making this for us. Like, let us have a say in who lives and who dies.
Right. I feel like you cannot do this today. No way, no how.
People would be pretty, I don't know, pretty hot.
Whatever the worst choice is will automatically get picked, whether it makes sense or not, because
That's
people
true.
are going to spam it or, they'll say, what should Batman's new sidekick be named? And people are going to say Bodie McBoatface. Like, you can never just,
Yeah,
you know what
boner
people always
man.
do that.
Boner McBoat. What'd you say?
There was a thing where it was like name this boat or something, and everyone voted for like Bodie McBoatface. But now, like anytime there's any other kind of like name this thing like a state or a county or a town, it's either Bodie McBoatface or something similar, like something McSomething face, like, and it will always be the top voted thing.
That's hilarious.
Oh
Yep.
man,
That's crazy.
the internet's gone too far.
Brain rot. Yeah, the brain rot is real.
Dude.
No, it's also real.
What?
COVID could actually rot your brain, no matter how, even if you got it once. So like everyone could actually be suffering from real brain rot. Like,
Dude,
Anthony Fauci over here. What's going on now? COVID's rotting our brain.
no, like they did like what is it? MRIs of people's brains who have had it, and like there's shrinkage happening in a lot of people.
I've had it 4 times.
Damn.
Jake, oh no.
Am I becoming like?
We just gotta watch out for your brain size.
Also, you have like you were uncharacteristically impatient, and you've been offering just like any time lately. I've been like, hey, are we doing this week? And you're like, I'll punch you in the face this week.
I think it's actually having the reverse effect. I'm like the leader. It's making my brain.
The more COVID you get, the bigger your brain gets.
Shit,
Someone call RFK. I think we just discovered science again.
Discovered science.
Now, speaking of people that should get beat with a crowbar,
That's hilarious.
Damn, is RFK the Jason Todd of
Trump's
our
cabinet?
country? Yeah.
yeah, no one likes him.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
I need to find out who my mother is.
Dude,
God, I hate hearing his voice.
Dude, yeah. Dude, do you think that Trump would assign this Joker a cabinet's place?
100%. No doubt.
Absolutely.
And he would still be wearing the
racist
getup.
Yeah. And he would be dressed up as like the Joker. Like there wouldn't even be an attempt to like, hey, let's make you look normal. Like,
yeah, no, it would say like on the TV.
Yeah, on the TV is like President Trump teams up with the Joker.
Secretary of State, the Joker.
At this point,
It would be like the third news item of the day too.
Oh yeah.
Democrats would be like, give Joker a chance, you know? Who knows? He's like gassing them in front of them. He's like, yeah, you never know. We got to work across the aisle.
The Joker sells nukes to Putin.
Yeah.
And it's legal too. It's legal. So it's like, Jesus Christ, what's going on?
We need to make this comic, guys.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not far off. Yeah, like this comic was fun. Really good art. I think the art's better than the actual story.
Yeah, I
By
agree
far.
By a lot, yeah.
Jim Aparo is everyone is a classic comic creator, but he's a classic Batman artist. Like he is the real
draws
deal.
a good Batman.
Dude,
Yeah.
I did love that because I just got like so mine had like the old comic paper feel, and I loved it.
Nice.
I loved it, man.
So this is what I want to say about the comic. Usually when you get it, it does come with another story, which is the follow-up to this, A Lonely Place of Dying. So maybe it's like 10 issues later, Tim Drake comes on the scene, who is the next Robin.
Tim Drizzy comes on.
Tim Drizzy. Tim Drizzy.
Shit.
Cody says, "Oh man, no." Tim Drake's actually my favorite Robin, so I like reading his.
I don't
origin.
give a fuck about him either, if I'm being honest. For me,
Get outta here.
there are 2 Robins in my heart: Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne.
I like. Dick
I love
Grayson and
Damian Wayne too, yeah.
Also, I like Damian Wayne a lot. He's cool.
Yeah, but I think I like Tim Drake a little more. But anyway, yeah. So the next arc is that Tim Drake's origin is that he already figured out their identity. So he knows Nightwing is Dick Grayson, and that through that he finds out Batman is Bruce Wayne, and he helps them solve something, and then he becomes the next Robin. His whole thing is like now after this, Batman is like depressed, and he's like, I don't need a Robin. A kid died on my watch. And he just goes off the deep end, like fighting all the time, being violent. Like Alfred's even telling him, like, dude, like you need to rest, like you need to chill out. Like you used to be more careful. Now you're just like going out
Crazy.
every night. Yeah. And by the end of it, the whole thing is that Tim Drake is like, hey, Batman needs a Robin. So that's the whole thing with killing off Robin. Like, if you were to get Batman and Robin have been together since the 40s. You know, you don't just break them up. Like, he's always having a Robin. You know, like there's never that long of a time where he doesn't have it. So they replaced Jason Todd pretty quick. But I like Tim Drake way more than Jason Todd.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
I do too. I like Tim Drake, in the animated series with his red costume.
Yes.
I did, because I had that toy, so that was cool. Like, yeah. There are moments where I liked Tim Drake is also Red Robin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like his whole thing is that like he's not like the best fighter, but like he knows karate and stuff.
Crazy genius.
Yeah, he's as smart as Batman. You know, he's that level of detective. Like he could stand toe to toe with the best of them that way, which is cool because I think Robin is always like different. Like that's what his Robin brings to it. Jason Todd is just like violent. That's what the Red Hood brings to it.
Jason Todd was like a less cool Damian Wayne, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what is a Batman Robin team that I do like? It's when you got Damian Wayne as Robin and fucking Dick Grayson as Batman.
Yes.
Like
I 100% agree with that one.
In Grant Morrison's run. Like they make a good team.
After Batman R.I.P.
Yeah.
I like their team. Whenever they're Batman and Robin together, I like that.
Agreed.
I think aside from Bruce, Dick Grayson is the best Batman.
Agree. I like Dick Grayson a lot. I like him as Robin. I like him as Nightwing. He gets my stand no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, who else has been Batman? There's not really.
There was that whole Nightfall series where
Azrael. You're right. Azrael was Batman.
You're right.
And then if you want to get technical, there's Batman Beyond.
True.
True.
Okay.
You also
Jim Gordon was Batman for a hot minute in the New 52.
When? I don't know if I'd like that.
It's interesting.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, Thomas.
Oh yeah, Thomas Wayne Batman. All right.
Batman. There's a few Batmans.
You got me good. They also came out recently with, I guess you could call it like a what if almost, but like it's a 4-issue series. I haven't read it yet. It's called Death in the Family, Robin Lives. So same events happen, except Robin survives the explosion and they go from there. I think by the end of it, Jason Todd might kill the Joker in this miniseries. I don't know, but it definitely follows like that. Like, how do you make him live? And that's the big thing with this comic. Like, if you're reading it, you know, I'm imagining reading it at the time. Like, how is that, even Batman thinks about it. Like, how is that not the final straw with the Joker?
It should be.
Like, he killed your kid, you know? Like, what else is left?
Yeah. He literally just paralyzed a woman.
Yeah. On top of that.
Serious. I mean, he's also just killed hundreds of people.
Yeah, he literally tries to kill NATO.
Yeah.
In this comic.
Bring out the next
It's
world
a war
war.
crime.
Like,
It's an actual war crime.
Yeah. Yeah, he tries to
like, give
use
him another
chemical
chance.
warfare on the leaders of the free world. And Batman's like, lock him up again, the same place he just got out. You know what I mean?
Well, no, it ends with a helicopter crash.
Oh, yeah.
Batman and Joker
True.
on the helicopter, and Superman saves Batman, but then Joker's not there, but Batman's like, you know, he
knows.
for
He's
sure.
like, of course that little bastard survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course he survives.
Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker is the Anton Chigurh of Batman. Just
Yeah. For sure. And there have been so many different versions of him.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the Three Jokers story?
No.
I heard it sucked.
It was one of the most hyped up comics, especially for me. I was like, oh shit, when this finally comes out, it seems really like a cool concept. No, I didn't like it.
I did not like it either. Really good art. Phenomenal art.
Yeah. That gets a 6. I would say the art of that comic gets a 6.
Easy peasy.
See, I know what happens, but I haven't actually read the comic.
If you could buy like a used cheap copy, I'd say
I'd do an
worth it.
episode. Yeah. I'd reread it.
Because it's fun. Like, it really is bomb ass Batman art, but the story is just like, meh.
Yeah. You kind of have to take the story as whatever happens after it doesn't count. Like, I don't know. I don't think that.
I also really don't care at all for the character, the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, that's yeah. That I can't sell you on the Batman Who Laughs. That's for sure. I don't necessarily hate him because I like what Metal. I don't know if you've read the Metal event, but it's a really cool.
Never have.
Ooh, we should do that. We should do Metal.
Do you think I would like it?
I think it's cool. I think out of like all these crossovers they've done in recent years, that was one I did actually enjoy. Because again, Scott Snyder, who we've talked about a bunch of his. Actually, I think in both BatMarches we talked about different parts of his run, and that's like past his run, like after the New 52. Like you You could definitely just read Metal, whatever,
It's nice,
event book you could get.
Yeah. You know what
And Greg
you know what
Capullo's, like, the
this
same
makes
team.
me realize? I feel like everybody who's like known as like one of the prolific Batman writers, everybody has their flop. This was Jim Starlin's, you know what I mean?
See, I wouldn't even call this a flop, if I'll be honest.
That's true. At the time, was it even a flop?
Probably no. Like, I don't think so.
I'm talking specifically about quality, not about like success.
I don't know his career enough to know if people would consider this a flop.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't call it a flop, is what I'm saying.
Interesting.
It's not a 6.
Cody also had a piece of paper.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what was that?
That doesn't match up with what I wrote down here.
Cody has like his like Charlie and Always Sunny in front of like this web of things, but it's every episode is like if Jake says this, if Anthony says this, and then he's like, index card.
Yeah. Where did that piece of paper come from? You're just like, interesting.
Like what I'll say about this comic is that it's not a 6, and I'm saying I'm not giving it a 6, but I'm not. It's not a flop to me. Like again, I'll reread this in the future for sure. Like I've read it multiple times.
It is a super quick read.
It's a quick read. And again, it's just so important to Batman's history, you know?
So what are you giving it?
No. If I had to give it something right now.
Right fucking now. You don't have to give it
I kind of like if it wasn't like that historical like significance of it bumps it up to a gentleman's 5, I think.
Whoa.
Whereas maybe the story itself is like somewhere between a 4, 4.5.
Whoa.
That's where I was leaning towards. This was
Yeah.
more in the 4 area.
But like you can't take this out. Like it's like necessary now to Batman's lore. And I like it. It's like a dark edgelord part of his lore.
It is.
You know? I like it for what it is, just like how you could read All-Star Batman and Robin and be like, this is the most batshit insane Batman comic I've ever read. It shouldn't count. You should never reread it. But there's something about it I enjoyed. It had like tinges of that.
That's true. I agree.
I mean, okay, so like on one hand, because I actually came in with another number in mind, and I almost feel like you guys are oomping me a little bit more for me.
Like lower or higher?
Lowering or hiring it?
Hiring it.
Oh.
okay.
Because I
So
mean,
what
like,
do you-
while it is racist and hasn't aged well, and hasn't aged well in a lot of ways, and how I do wish, I think I would honestly almost like it more if Jason Todd did stay dead.
I can see that.
But it is a quick read. It's a fun read, and it is important to Batman's lore. So, okay, so Anthony says a gentleman's 5. Jake, do you want me to give mine and then you go, or?
Yeah, because I'm not quite sure. I'm still doing the numbers.
Okay, for me, I came in and I was saying I'll give it a 3.5, 3.8 at the highest, and I'll bump that up to a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Nice. That's fair, I think.
I'm gonna give it a 4.4.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because it's not a 6, but as someone who's a Batman fan, I've never read it before, so I am glad I did read it.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's in my collection now.
Yeah, I think everyone should own it just because, again, like it's so important, but also like I try to imagine reading it like without, obviously we know the future, we know Jason Todd comes back, but reading it at the time, like Robin dying is a huge deal. It's like the death of Superman, but that he came back pretty quick. Like if you're reading it at the time, you're reading him coming back, but Jason Todd doesn't come back for decades, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
because if this is 1988, we don't see him until like 2004
until
or 5.
Hush.
Hush,
You're right. So
At least
for me,
20
I think you have to, just take that into account and also, picture reading that for the first time.
True.
I think it's cool for that reason, like it just over the test of time loses some of that.
I think that's a fair and accurate assessment.
I think everyone should
Okay.
read it, even though we're not giving it a perfect score. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
I
It's
agree.
worth
It's
checking
worth-
out.
it's worth the read.
Everyone should. Yeah, you should read it.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well,
There
shit.
it
That's
is.
the start of BatMarch for you
Yeah,
guys.
BatMarch
Just the
numero
tip of it.
uno. Should we go ahead and tell them what all else they got coming their way?
Fuck yeah.
Tell him, Cody.
Okay, next we're covering Batman the Cult.
Also written by Jim Starlin, by the way.
Yes, I saw that and I was kind of pumped,
And
honestly.
I've
And
read
it's
it,
a
and I
Jason
loved it.
Todd. It's a Jason Todd. You read it already.
I read it
So
years
it's also
ago,
a
yeah.
Jason Todd Robin comic. Like he's the Robin in this comic. So I guess it takes
Yes.
place before Death in the Family.
They mention it. They do because they mention it. Batman says he got in a fight with Deacon Blackfire, who's the villain of the cult.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
He says it.
Nice. I'm excited to read that one.
So this is something that came out later, but like chronologically comes before, or did this come out in the 80s also?
No, I think this comes out. It came out
probably
in the 80s.
Yeah,
Crazy.
1988, I think, as well. Yeah.
Whoa.
Because they do mention Death of the Family Peaking Blackfire, and he's a villain in the cult. So.
Okay,
Good
well,
catch.
I'm pumped about the cult. That's cool. Two iconic old Batman stories. And then we're bringing it a little more modern with White Knight.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy.
Yeah, pumped about that. And then we're going Elseworlds with Batman Earth 1.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
Volume 1. Only Volume
just the
1.
first volume.
Which I'm kind of pumped about. I would say, was this influenced by Nolan or did this influence Nolan?
Oh, it definitely.
This came out after.
Earth 1?
After?
You're talking about Earth 1?
Earth 1 came out after Nolan.
Oh, yeah, way after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because you can feel the Nolan influence in Earth 1 for sure.
Yeah, from what I read, yeah. And then also we're going to do Batman Forever.
As the
Watch along.
No, not watch along.
Oh,
for
Patreon.
Patreon. Or maybe as another one. I don't know. I don't know if because we said before Dark Knight Rises. Like if we make Dark Knight Rises Patreon
should we
and just do Batman Forever?
Don't hurt him. Don't flip it up on him now.
Yeah, because we might have a guest for Batman Forever, and you guys said we probably should not lock that behind a Patreon.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Okay, I'm in.
All right, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
There you go.
Boom. You could also call the hotline.
Oh.
Has anyone even done that?
Yeah, we haven't had any hotline messages in a while.
No, what is the number? It's 929-483-6889.
I remembered it. Anthony is a whiz. Anthony's Alfred confirmed.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, they could call in and they could vote which one of us they want to see get killed off the pod.
Yeah, that's this episode. Fucking.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay, guys. Call this number.
All right, call this number, 929-483-6889.
Let us know which one of us you want to see get killed off the pod. It's going to be a death in Comics and Chronic. Yeah.
Death in the Chronic.
Yeah, you have to decide which one of us dies.
Yeah.
So yeah, get ready, get your Batman utility belts on, and buckle the fuck up, guys.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.